Hello farmers, welcome back to Adota Farm. Today we want to discuss a very important topic about catfish in Nigeria, especially Clarias catfish. So right now I want to tell us the reason why Clarias catfish has not been growing well in Nigeria. So you can stay tuned and listen to all the points I'm going to cite, all the factors that I'm going to tell you right now. But before that, please, I like it when you subscribe to my YouTube channel and when you click the notification bell to get notified when next we drop a new content for you. Firstly, what you should know about the retardation of Clara's catfish is inadequate preparation of fish pond. So inadequate preparation of fish pond. When I say inadequate preparation of fish pond, what do I mean by this? What I want you to understand by this is failure to prepare your old pond. Maybe you've been using pond for a very long time and you want to stock your catfish. Is either your fry, your juvenile, or any other fish size that you get. So you want to stock it and they have been using the pond for long and you want to stock it and you fail to prepare the pond. There might be some bacteria, some ammonias left in the pond. So that you have to tied up. So that is why many fish farmers do practice demodding. So you demod the pond, you pack all the mud that is inside the pond, so they prepare it. They will scrape some areas, some things that are needed to be scraped out of the pond. So they will help you prepare it before you stock your fish afresh. So that is one thing that I want to know. So failure to demod the pond will actually retard the growth of your Clarias catfish if there are some bacteria and some ammonia left in the pond. So second thing is poor management. What do I mean by poor management? So poor management is not that is the essence of not managing your time and period very well. For instance, now you plan to feed your fish by 8 early in the morning, and sometimes you just decide to go there, maybe due to some things you forget about them, so you go there by 9, 10, 11 to feed them in the morning, or probably you feed them by 6 in the evening and you change the time to 7 or 8 in the evening. This actually might retard the growth of your Clarias catfish because you are not managing your time very well. So that is the second thing, poor management. The third thing is improper attention. So improper attention, that is number 3. Improper attention. When you're not giving your catfish proper attention, it might actually retard their growth, it might affect them and affect your own profits too. So improper attention is in such a way that if your catfish are hanging, or maybe something is happening to them, maybe a disease is affecting them, that might likely cause the retardation of their growth, and you are not giving them attention, you are not doing the necessary things that you need to do, you are not taking the first step, like a first aid step that you need to take, and you just forget about them. So that might actually be one of the effects. It might actually one of the things that might cause it too. So that in constitute so improper attention. And number 4 is poor feeding. Poor feeding. What do I mean by poor feeding? Poor feeding in essence that maybe you are needed to feed your fish for something like 10-20 minutes. So and you get to where you want to feed your fish and you just turn the feed upside down, the sack, you turn it upside down, or you started giving it to them anyhow. Like you limit the time. Maybe you are rushing to somewhere or to a work or to another place, and you decide to feed them 3 to 5 minutes instead of 10 to 20 minutes. So that might actually cause the retardation of their growth, because most of the feed you are giving them are dropping under. So before they could pick it, the feed would have dissolved. Don't forget you are giving them pellet feed. So before they could find it under the ground, the feed might have dissolved. So they might not eat well. So they might not eat to their satisfaction. So that is one of the points I want you to note. Poor feeding. So the fourth one is immatured broodstock. So immature broodstock. This problem likely it comes from the breeders. So from those who produce catfish. So when they use immature broodstock, the parent stock, if they use immature broodstock to hatch your feed, there is tendency for your fish not to grow well because the fish are not matured. So most likely the fish they use to breed to produce new your juveniles and fingerlings and post fingerlings are usually a year plus. So and some are up to 1.5 kilo, some are 1 kilo, some are up to 1.5 kilo, and some are 2, 3, 4 kgs. So you understand. So if they are not using less than that to hatch your fish, so it might likely affect the growth of your Clarias catfish. So you should take note of that too. So another thing is inbreed. So when farmer unknowingly, if they practice inbreed, so it will likely affect the growth of your Clarias catfish when you stock them. So inbreed is when you are using what they use catfish, so of the same species and of the same bloodline to hatch. So when they are using catfish of the same species and of the same bloodline, or of different species but of the same, rather of the same species and of the same bloodline. So when they are using them to breed for you, that is what we call inbreed. So it like a mother gave birth to a child and a child come back to cross the mother. So the child is going to give birth to as a, when it comes to animal, will be inbreed. So and inbreed don't usually grow. So because they are of the same bloodline, so they don't usually grow. So you should take note of that too. This inbreed is one of the things that cause the retardation of Clarias catfish. So another thing is fish source. Another thing is fish source. What do I mean by fish source? Fish source is where you are getting your fish from, where you are getting your Clarias catfish from. Assuming you are getting your Clarias catfish from any part of wherever you are getting it from, and the way they do it there, the way they maintain their fish, the way they inject, the way they take care of their fish till it's reached the level that you get them. If they are not taking proper care of them, like for instance now, a month is too much for a breeder, like a fish producer, to raise your juvenile or your fingerlings for you. So a month is too much for them to do that. So once the fish now take something like 2 months or 6 weeks, that is 1.5 months with them before you get it, and you are getting it at the size that you're supposed to get it, that will actually affect the growth of your Clarias catfish whenever time you stock them, because it has already been delayed there too. So take note of that. Another one, we have the fish grade. So fish grade, most people don't usually get this. That is why there is fall in the uh, there is fall in the growth of Clarias catfish. So fish grade. So there is a way producers like fish breeders. There is a way they do. So when they hatch the fish, the first set of fish that will come out, that is what we call shooters. So the second, they will sort them out. So once when they want to sell, they will sell the first one that firstly shoot out. They will sell it out, and they will still select. They will still sort from the remaining one, the second branch, and they will still sell it out. So the first and the second branch will actually do well. They will grow well when you get them, especially the first set, the shooters. When you get them, they will grow well when you stock them. And the second one too, they will actually do well if you feed them very well. They will do well and they will grow well as well. And the third one, if you not mistakenly get that one, so that is when you will have problem, because they have already turned to runt. So they are the third set, they cannot grow well. So you should be very, very careful. As I have a customer that if you wanted to collect breed, like juveniles or fingerlings, so or post fingerlings, if you wanted to get them, it do rush early in the morning. If we give them time to come by 10, it will be there by 8, so that he can get the first batch. so that he can get the first batch, because he trusted and believed the first batch rather than any other thing. So breeders are not truthful sometimes, so they might just muddle up everything, just gather up everything and give you both the third and whatever together, and if you stock them, it will affect the growth of your what of your Claras. So, and when I talk about there is another thing too, that is poor feed formation. So poor feed formation. So the formation you make about your feed, you should take note of that too. So if your fish have eaten and eaten imported feed, we have alaqua, we have the so many of them. We have the top feed, we have the blue crown, we have the what is it called? The name escaped me. So if you stock them and you're giving them imported feed, the floating one, and it gets to the point of feeding them with local, please take note of your feed formation. So gather up a very good feed formation so that you don't, so that the feed don't retard their growth. So when you get a very good feed formula for your catfish, they will grow well. If you give them enough protein and enough energy, so everything will be left. You will see the result of your money on them. So you shouldn't be idle about making a very good feed formation. So that is one of the things that cost it too. So you should be very careful when making a feed formula. So these are just the things that I want you to know about um, the retardation of Clarias catfish in Nigeria. And when it comes to broodstock too, it was some times ago that newly broodstock do come in, but right now, when I talk about inbreed, I'm talking about inbreed right now. So it was some times ago that they do import broodstock, but right now we have inbreed. That is why I'm talking about it. I'm emphasizing on it. So we have inbreed. There's fish are no broodstock are no longer coming in. So the one we have within our reach are the one we are recycling. So the broodstock is just like in a circular form. So it's the one I sold to Mr. Sususu and so that I'm still going there to get and still hatch the fish that I produce the one that I sold to him from. So you get, so the fish is just in a circular form. So there is no much newly broodstock. So that is why inbreed happen most time, and most time it's not the fault of the breeder because they don't know. So, but most time when there is no option and there is nothing they can do, and they have to sell their markets, they will go on and use it like that. So the fault will not be left with you. The problem will not be left with you, to battle with. So that is why you have to know your fish socks and everything. Just take note of all the things that I say and put it into action. The more your pond, prepare it very well and give your fish attention whenever time anything is wrong with them. If they are 3 months old and you feel they should be bigger than they are, and they are not big enough, if you try to change their feed and it's not working out, kindly sell them out and find a better place to get your juvenile or your Clarias, or juvenile or your fingerless Clarias. So that is just the things I want you to know about the retardation of Clarias catfish growth in Nigeria. So thanks for watching. Keep watching Adata Farm. We promise we'll be giving you good secret. We'll be giving you the fantastic secret that you need to know. So just subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, or rather on Telegram. Join us there at Adata Farm as well. So we'll be there to answer your question, and we'll discuss some things that are puzzling, some problems that are facing farmers there too.